Griffin! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegus is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegus. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renin sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen. I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renin, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renin. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renin starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renins, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kinda my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alvin. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alvin, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people! Well, if we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the paint's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zuko policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
Take this!
I'm just getting
Easter!
started.
Simeon,
I shall feel you where you stand.
Dazzle! Lunar Rondo! It's almost too strong.
Split it open.
Be my guest. Take this!
I'll smash you.
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Take this!
Eagle assault.
Don't Dragon Swarm!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malika!
Take this! First strike! Dragon Dagger! You're mine! It's over!
Start up! Make it rain!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Now! Lunar Rondo! I'm ready!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleum kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron, and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah. Can't exactly fight at the top of your...
By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine, let's get going. Thistleum was founded by Danan's fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not! Shion's our friend! Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renin. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
Okay.
Why?
Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest? I think Hootle senses an owl around here.
It feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hootle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
Let's see what you've got. No further!
I'm gone! Dragon Shell! Take this! You're finished!
Confiscated!
Eagle Assault! Dragon
I'll take out the legs with my shield.
Slash! Eat dirt! Catapult! Here I come!
Going in.
One more!
Did you see this coming?
Here I come!
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara!
Smash you!
Make it rain.
Frozen!
Hammer.
My turn! Dragon Swarm! It's over!
Make it rain.
Dragon down! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Don't get careless.
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right?
Coming through! Resonate with the earth!
Dragon Swarm!
Here goes. Eat this. Going in.
Are those arms even natural?
Tiger blade.
It's over! Start up!
Leave the target to me. Denied.
Too fast!
Stand
Never mind.
back!
It's
I'll
on.
trip it up!
Dragon Swarm!
Do it.
Turbo Blade!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Not a chance! Strike! You picked the wrong fight!
You're too wrong.
Strike!
Heal. Thunder touch.
Swallow Blade!
Make it
You're
rain.
mine!
Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Armor won't save you!
You're finished! Dragon Swarm!
In a bind? Dust to dust!
If they rush you, you gotta come for cover, okay?
Lightning Thrust!
Shine! Radiant light! Regeneration!
Stardust!
Going in.
I'm ready! Rinwell!
Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang!
My turn! Catapult! You're finished!
Swallow Dance!
It's on!
I'm just getting started!
Talon Hurricane! Stardust!
Eagle Fly!
Resonate with the earth!
Devastation! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block! My turn! I'm not done!
What is it? They smite with blackened blade! Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
be a breeze. Get in, get out.
You picked the wrong fight!
Piercing
Take
roar!
this!
Ready and
Dragon
ready.
Form!
Time to shine!
I'll smash you!
Be still! You're finished! Hurricane Thrust!
Solid sword!
I'm not done! Swallow Blade! This one keeps charging us!
I'm ready! That's what my shield's for!
Turtle
Get
Devastation!
behind!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Shine!
Not a
Radiant
chance!
light!
I'm not done!
Regeneration!
I'll end you!
Regenerate! Thanks, shield!
Eat this!
I'm ready!
Shouldn't have messed with me!
Allow me to help you.
Dragon Twist!
Dance on the wing!
Piercing!
Eagle Assault! I'm practically unstoppable.
Seriously? Is this a joke? Far enough!
I'm on! It's on!
You're
mine!
Prepare to be sealed!
Eagle Drive!
A
You
charge
picked
like
the
that
wrong
could
fight!
easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it! Take this!
Dragon Form!
Now you see what I can do!
I'm ready!
Hey!
Blow them away! Now! You're mine! Dazzle! Take this! You're finished! Stardust!
On your
Dragon Tear! Take this!
shine!
Stardust!
What's this?
Tiger Blade!
Do it!
Lion
Follow me!
Hurricane!
In an instant! Impact Claw! My turn!
Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Here I come!
Thank you.
You're mine!
Piercing
Dragon
roar!
Form!
Negative storm!
You're finished!
Crescent moon!
There's always room for improvement.
Gotta break through! This one's all mine! Eat dirt!
Look sharp!
In a bind?
You're mine! Dragon Form!
Seismic Rupture!
Be still! No escape!
Elusive Deity!
Ready!
That's much better.
Shine! Radiant
That is
light!
your dream.
Force of regeneration!
I'm on
Light!
I can carve through armor!
Let me at it!
Lightning Thrust!
I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw!
Crescent moon!
Shine!
Now I'm in the
Tiger
groove!
Blade!
Force of regeneration!
I'm not done!
Whirlwind Snap!
Talon
You're
Storm!
finished! Thanks!
Far enough!
Lightning Thrust! I'm not done!
Elusive Deity! Eat this!
It's on!
It was nice.
Tidal
Ray!
Plenty left! Talon
Take
Storm!
this! You picked the
This
wrong
one's
fight!
mine! One
You're
more!
mine!
Talon Storm! Make it rain!
Frozen?
Hammer! Looks like we got them all. There it is. That's our target.
Gotta break through! You're mine! You're finished!
Here goes!
You're mine! Dragon Swarm! Take this!
Shot!
Lunar Rondo! Take this!
Swallow dance!
Here I come! Lightning Thrust!
Ready!
I'm just getting
I'll smash you!
Here I come!
on guard!
Swallow Blade!
Confiscated!
You're finished!
Time!
You're mine! Slash! Dragon Swarm!
Make it
We
rain!
did it! Not a chance! No escape! This one's all mine! Tear!
Leave the ensnaring
Hurricane
to me.
Thrust! You picked the wrong fight!
To me!
Here I come! You're finished!
Eagle Assault!
I'm not done!
Don't get complacent.
break through!
Gets by me.
Take this!
Can't get out of this!
Dragon Shout! Far enough!
Begin! You're mine!
Dragon Swarm!
Elusive deity! Eagle Ray!
Be still! Stardust!
Going in!
You're mine!
That's it.
You're finished!
Tempting!
Swallow Blade! Ruin's Gate!
Make it rain!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
My turn! Strike! Eternal Devastation!
Swallow Dance!
Dragon Swarm!
I can carve through armor!
Going in!
Arch Seal!
Take this! It's over! It's done! Stardust!
Make it rain!
Jolene! Hey! Blow them away!
Not a chance! It's over!
This one's mine!
I'm ready!
Hurricane
Sure!
Sun!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
I'm ready for the next battle.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much? It's important to get your rest. This looks perfect. Get...
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
You're still awake?
I've always been something of a night owl. Ever since back when I was someone's property. Turning in for the night only made the next day come quicker. I wasn't in any great rush.
Sorry.
What about yourself? Care to share something from before I knew you? You were part of a mage clan, right? Must have been handy being able to rely on magic for everything.
Hardly. In fact, not at all. Magic's not so special when you're not allowed to use it. Always scared of who might be watching?
Right. Sorry about that. I guess I've read too many fairy tales.
We were still made to study it every day. It doesn't make any sense if you think about it, studying the very thing you're being persecuted for. But that's what we did, just like our parents and their parents before them. Honestly, I don't even know how far back it goes.
If memory serves, mages have been the stuff of legend for ages. Even as far back as 3 centuries ago, they were myths. Your people were persecuted even before the Renans got here.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense though. I mean, it was astral arts that let the Renans dominate Dana, right? Why didn't mages end up being the rulers of Dana then?
Maybe they tried, but they just didn't have the numbers. Or maybe domination just wasn't something they were interested in. Have you ever considered it might have been something like that?
I guess I haven't.
I wonder why magic alone attracted the attention it did. Swords can be just as lethal in the right hands. Why not ban them?
My best guess? Swordsmanship can be learned by anyone. Magic's more of an exclusive club.
So, you either have the gift or you don't. When something's not easily obtainable, it's hard to comprehend. People are scared of what they don't understand. And fear leads to persecution. So the problem's not magic. It could just as easily have been anything.
Yeah. I'm counting on you, Alphen. I want to go back to bed.
Eat dirt!
Piercing roar!
Confiscated!
They freaking does it!
Dragon Swarm!
Ground and pound!
Dragon Thrust!
Piercing roar!
Swallow Blade! Eternal Devastation! Pierce! You're finished!
I'm going! Here and now! Ground and pound!
It's over!
Begin! Going in!
Strike! No further! You're finished!
Talon Hurricane!
You're mine!
Rip and
Dragon,
tear!
this one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight! On your... Here I go!
Going in! Kisara! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Benediction. My turn! Cut! It's over!
Heal!
Stardust! Luna Rondo! Soaring Red Spear!
On your
I'm ready!
Hey!
Blow them away! I can feel my power growing!
see what I can do!
You're finished!
This one's
Dragon
mine!
Form!
Grind you into dust!
Arc field!
Look shot!
You're mine!
Swallow blasting!
Rip and tear!
Eagle assault!
Struck!
Make it rain!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Hey, look at that enemy! It's shining!
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
On guard!
Swallow Blade! It's over! Shockwave Flash! Be careful, everyone! This one isn't normal! Take this! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Make it rain! Go in!
Blow them away!
Now! You're mine!
Make it rain!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Now!
Eat this!
Swallow Blade!
Take this!
Strike!
Eagle
Dragon
fly!
Swarm!
I'm on a roll now!
Eternal Devastation!
Regeneration!
Let me alone? Don't worry, I'm alright. Oh, now I'm real mad!
You're finished!
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Not a chance! Strike! Eat dirt!
Dragon Shout!
Shine!
Radiant light!
Far enough!
Dragon Swarm!
This one's mine!
Now you see what I can do! What's this?
Tiger
You're
Blade!
mine!
I'm ready!
Swallow Blade!
Frozen!
Hammer! I feel sprightlier than before.
Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho!
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest? There's the Zoogle we were asked to handle.
Coming through!
You're mine! It's over!
Blasting!
Dragon Swarm! Eternal Devastation! Here I come! Dragon Swarm! You're mine!
Radiant light! Regenerate!
Take this!
Things come to an end.
Stardust! Tear!
Eat this!
I'm not done! Eat dirt! You're mine! Swallow Blade! It's over!
Make it rain!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Make it rain!
Not a chance!
Ringwell!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Could have been worse.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
She's right. We need our rest. Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk!" or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false! Thunderblade!
Ah! What are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh! It's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cyslodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah. But still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
Did we really just spend that much money?
That's what we're going to climb?
Is it just me, or does Rinlo suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though. There are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almadria. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear. Right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though? Not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Swallow blade!
Going in!
First strike!
Now you see what I can do!
You're finished! Catapult! Take this!
Here goes! It's a duel beyond!
Here's the Can't get out of this!
Take this!
Don't get carried away!
Try harder! Now! Here I come! I'm not done! Luna Rondo! This one's all mine! I'm on it! No escape! Dragon Swarm!
Eagle Side!
Crush! Talon Storm! You picked the wrong fight!
Talon
Here's the
wrong!
Crush!
Glimmer Dragon!
Dragon Swarm!
Rending you apart!
Dazzle!
I'm far enough!
On
Dragon
your
Joust!
Take this!
What's this?
Swallow
Make
blade!
it rain! Kisara! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
So I still had room to grow.
Crap. This injury hurts more than I thought. Shion, sorry, but could you... Oh. Right.
No backing down!
Here I come! It's over!
Eat this! That frickin' does it! I can carve through armor!
Reflect on
Take
my
this!
sin. I shall ensure you survive this.
Eternal Damnation! I'm not done!
All steady, here and now!
Eternal Power!
That's
Here I come!
Dedication life.
Dragon Swarm!
Do it!
Lightning
Kisara!
Strike!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! And done!
Let's keep up the pace!
of regeneration.
Here!
Dragon
Here's
Joust!
Easy and snelling to me.
Devastation!
And pummel it to me!
Radiant light can't get out of
Let me
this.
help!
You're mine! I'm on Swallow Blade!
I'm gone!
A victory for the ages.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
You're finished! You picked the wrong fight!
Don't mind if I do.
That's enough!
Eat this! Far enough!
That's enough! It's
How do you
over.
like being pounded into shape? All healed!
Now you see what I can do!
Stand back. I'll
Here,
shut up.
now! Make it rain!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Get behind me!
Javelin!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Not a chance! What's this?
Your blade moves like silk. I just let my instincts take over. How fascinating.
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
You're mine! Eat dirt! I'm on it! Everlasting
Everlasting!
Here I come!
Eagle fly!
Bet that shell's hiding something tasty.
Flaming thrust!
I owe you one.
Lunar Rondo!
Old-fashioned defensive.
Glad you have your uses.
No further. I'll show you how useful I can be.
Dragon form! Flaming thrust!
Take
Brilliant
that.
kick! Lunar
Stay calm.
Rondo!
I can carve through
provide
all
assistance.
this. You hear it now.
Hear that silence!
Make it rain!
Don't leave. Hey,
Blow them away!
how's that?
Not a chance!
Acceptable.
Dragon swarm!
Hold on to your art. Here I come.
Take it! It's
Ready
over!
to go!
Eagle assault.
Here!
Going in!
Now. Now you see what I can do.
On guard!
This one's all
Igneous
mine!
discharge!
It's over!
Heal.
Thanks!
I've been doing really great lately.
What's this thing? I've never stood so close to a waterfall like this before.
I bet it'd feel real refreshing to take a shower underneath this water.
You're welcome to try. But that water pressure would likely crush you to a... Let's see what you've got.
Here I come! Eat dirt!
Going in.
You're finished!
They may look cute and stuff, but they're vicious.
Dragon form! Do it! Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed walk.
Dragon form! I'm ready! Be still!
Frozen.
Hammer!
I'm on it! Dragon form!
I'll run you through. These fists have got your name on them.
Here I come! You're finished! I'm ready!
Goodwill. Demons descend. Flashing fang. Yes, I'm getting stronger.
Care to put that claim to the test?
I'd love to, but I got this thing.
Let's see what you've got.
This one's all mine! Eat dirt!
Not in your dream.
They got me playing.
Here I come!
Lifting you apart. Now you see what I can do.
You're finished!
How about this?
Take this!
Take this.
Make it rain! Ringwell!
Frozen.
Hammer!
The enemy feels ours too.
You'll soon see about that.
Lunar Rondo!
I can handle it!
Blue
Far
escape!
enough!
You're finished! I'm on it! This one's all
You're
mine!
done.
I'll Dragon Floor! Do it! Jolene! Hey! Blow them away!
How's that?
Accept.
Eat dirt!
How about here it goes?
Dragon!
Not in your dreams.
Do it! You're finished!
Frozen.
Hammer!
My turn!
This one's mine!
I'm not done! Soda! Luna Rondo!
Art expert coming through.
First strike! I'll
Here
hit this
goes.
through! Slash!
Get here!
It's over!
Round and pound!
These fists have got your name on them!
Dragon
Do
Floor!
it! Captivity!
I've been doing really great lately. Out of my way! Like moths to the flame.
Carve through armor! First strike! It's over!
If it hides, just back it out again.
Eagle Rod! Tiger Blade! Radiant Light! Regeneration! Regenerate!
Dragon Swarm! I'm ready! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Dragon Shout!
Pillow Blade!
Shattering blast! Pieces!
Dragon Swarm!
Stalagmite!
This calls for a celebratory drink.
Coming through! Here I come!
Armor won't save you!
Everlasting! Can't get out of this!
Ready to go around.
No escape! I'll tear you apart! Take it! How about this? Dragon Swarm!
Dragon Pound!
Make it rain! Goodbye!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
My turn! Swallow Blade!
No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Hurricane!
It's on!
Eagle Fly!
Swallow Blade! Tempest! Devastation! Here I come!
I'm just getting started!
Eat dirt!
Anything in armor is all mine!
You are the epitome of brawn before brain.
Jolie!
All yours, Kisara.
I suppose swords have their uses.
The side. This was a bit much, though.
Now! I'm surrounded!
Swallow Blade!
Going in!
Dragon Swarm!
Eagle Assault! Armor won't save Watch this!
Swallow Blade!
I'm
You're
gone!
mine!
First strike!
Tiger Blade!
Run you through! I'm ready!
We may get out of this alive after all.
Yeah, things were looking bad for a minute.
I'm pretty sure we can handle anything.
Eat this! I'll end you! Watch to see what happened there as you crossed. Shouldn't have done that.
Swallow Blade!
Regenerate!
Here I come!
Eat this!
It's over! Take this!
Yeah, appreciate the concern.
The sooner you stop thanking me, the sooner you can start helping.
I'll crush you! Ah! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Now that's a mystic art!
We should really use them more often.
That would be less mystic.
Right here! I got you! Denied!
Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
Not on my watch! Hold on to your arms! Here I come!
It can't get out of this!
I'm gone!
Here I come!
It's almost too strong! It'll split it open!
Be my guest!
I'll smash you!
Dance on the
Not
wind!
in your dreams!
Here goes!
Jolie!
All yours, Kisara.
We did it!
Magnificently done.
Swallow Blade!
I'm on it! I'll smash you! Watch this!
Crusher! Swallow Blade!
Dragon Stab!
I'm on a blade! Here!
This one's mine!
Dragon Swarm!
I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's over.
Who said anything about letting off? Shield
Dragon Swarm! Be still!
This one's mine!
You picked the wrong fight!
I'll finish you here and now!
Tiger Blade! Lock! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! Hold up! Is this as valuable as I think it is?
The design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen. This might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
How much farther?
I don't think we're even halfway there yet. Hang in there. Seriously? Is this a joke?
Dragon Shot! Don't mind if I do.
I'm just I'll smash you!
Take this! No further!
Rip and tear! Tiger Blade!
Dragon Swarm!
Even when did I get so hot?
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off! Stardust! I'm ready!
Ridwell!
Frozen?
Hammer!
Damn, beat me to it.
This one's
Gotta be
mine.
quick, or I'll take them all myself.
Oh, like hell?
Execution!
I can feel my power growing!
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
I always loved the sound of him. Hammer's banging away.
What is this place?
Careful. We've got company.
Doesn't look like we're getting past without a fight.
Watch your feet. Fall from here and it's curtains.
We're just trying to get past. Get out of our way!
Save your breath! All that thing sees is a talking meal!
So let's show it how wrong it is! Is it trying to stop us? You're finished! This one's all mine!
Exploit the enemy's weakness!
You picked the wrong fight!
Dragon Shout!
Dragon Form!
Eat that! Enough! I'll tear you apart!
Let's keep up the pressure!
Eternal Devastation!
Execution!
You're mine!
Dragon Form! In the group!
Here, let
It's
me
over!
know.
Eagle Assault!
A thrilling performance.
Lightning Thrust! It's over! Lunar Rongo!
Talon Hurricane! Execution!
This one's mine.
Its wings are lighting up!
It's getting ready to attack! All good things come to an end.
Such tremendous power.
Don't face it head on.
I'll smash you! Negative first
No
strike!
further! Use its weak point to take it down.
All together, everyone.
Roll now!
Blood.
Take this!
This one's mine.
Bloody rip and tear!
Tiger Blade.
Dragon Form!
Lion Power.
Lightning Thrust!
Let's tear him up!
You're mine! Swallow
Watch
Blade!
this! Nothing can stop me!
You picked the wrong fight!
Tiger Blade.
Here I come!
Lion
Eagle
Power.
Might!
Denied.
I'll tear you apart!
Flaming Meteor.
Take this!
Ground and
Swallow
Temple.
Blade!
You're on. This one's mine.
Take this!
Generation!
Swallow Blade!
Their arcs were interrupted.
Eagle Assault!
I'm ready. I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Shine.
Now you see what I can do!
It's changing tactics.
Does it have an ace up its sleeve? Watch yourself.
This
Sense
one's
incredible
mine.
power.
I hope this thing is medically approved!
Another incantation of
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Shine.
Radiant boost of regeneration!
benediction light.
Why, thank you, your lordship.
And will you lay down your life for your lord?
Well, I mean, hey, let's not be hasty. Can't get out of this!
Is this it?
No.
Don't
Don't
mind
leave me
if I
all
do.
alone here.
Swallow dance! The power of lightning!
All right,
Let me
let me
out!
out.
Black and blood.
blade!
Dragon shout! Imbue this vanquished soul with life! Resuscitation!
I owe you one.
Look sharp!
Benediction.
Far enough! Dragon shout! Alright! Now where will armor won't save! Watch this!
Take this! Dragon Swarm!
Switch to offense! First strike! Shot like you will get.
You'll pay for that!
Regenerate!
Eat dirt!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life! Resuscitation!
No arts are being interrupted.
Let me out!
Lunar Rondo!
Regeneration! Thanks, Shion.
You're mine!
Arc sealed!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
Stay away from my friends!
I healed myself. From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with love resuscitation.
Strike!
Train harder!
Start up!
Roll it
Lunar Rondo! Devastation!
The finishing blow!
You'll need to beat me to it, kid.
I'll take on that challenge. The power of light! Power surges through. What? This thing is medically approved.
You're mine!
Power storm!
It's wide open!
Won't escape me.
Take this! Flaming thrust! Glimmer thrust!
I'm on a roll now.
And more of this and I'll burn out! It's on! You picked the wrong fight! Swallow blade!
No further.
Take this!
Make
Dragon
it rain!
form!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
With fauna like that, I'm impressed so many people from Thistle made it through here alive.
Who's to say there weren't a whole lot more of them who didn't?
Well, at any rate, it should be a safer climb now that we've cleared the way a bit, right?
No. So long as people feel the need to face terrain this perilous, I'd say true safety's some way off.
You mean defeating Volron and putting an end to the crown contest, right? I guess that would be the best solution here, huh?
We've wasted enough time here already. Let's get going. Shion needs us.
I think the animal's back at the
How are we still not there yet? It feels like we've been climbing this mountain forever.
It helps if you try not to look up or down. All you need is silent determination. Talking too much will only waste energy and burn you out.
I'm too tired to look up or down, even if I wanted to.
Take care you don't fall, at least. Unless you want to make a Zoogel's day, that is.
Zoogles? Why would they care if I fell or not?
How would you feel if a 3-course meal fell right out of the sky at your feet?
Zoogle chow.
Law? Best not to listen to him if you can help it. You'll only be encouraging him if you do.
Tell me that before I listen next time.
Still, Tohalim has a point. One wrong step and it's curtains.
Wouldn't it be great if we could all fly like Hootle? I bet even the refugees who didn't make it would have made it to Thistleland that way.
Until we magically sprout wings, let's just watch where we're stepping instead, okay? Come on. Shion's waiting for us.
backing down! I'm like bait to them!
And more than enough for now.
Tiger Blade!
Here I go! Dragon Swarm! Eternal Devastation! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade!
Ready!
I'm not done! Dragon Swarm!
We got the
enemy
advantage.
wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
Denied!
You're finished! Dragon Swarm!
I'm ready! Ringwell!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky. We're so high up.
We did it. We've reached the top of the mountain.
About damn time. My knees are singing symphonies over here.
Look! There it is!
That's it. That's Pelegion, the seat of Volron's power.
So that's where Shion's being held?
Most likely.
Most likely.
That is what I said, yes.
Pelegion's still our best lead. So that's where we go, right?
Any advice before we head in there?
No.
No?
In the ancient tongue, Ganeth Heros means Fortress of Naught, though I fail to see what insight that nugget of trivia holds.
I guess I just thought you might have something we could use.
Since Volron became Lord, the only thing this realm has been known for is its shroud of secrecy. It is Volron's stronghold. All else is incidental. Just keep in mind that you can't be too careful inside.
Speaking of which, just how are all of us planning to get inside exactly?
It's not like there are any secret passages.
We've come this far. If there's no other way in, I guess we'll just have to use the front gate. Volron told us to come find him, which means he's expecting us. Let's do this the old-fashioned way.
Land of Water or no, this place has a most curious...
I sure hope nothing bad's happened to Shion.
Keep those thoughts to yourself, Rinwell. Everyone's anxious enough as it is.
Sorry. It's just... I can't seem to stop thinking about it. What do you think it is that Volron wanted with her anyway?
Going by what he said back on Almadria's ship, it would appear his primary target is Alphen. Though, it's likely he hasn't forgotten the blow he sustained at Shion's hand either. That might even be what ignited his interest.
Yeah, did you see the way he reacted? It was like he was enjoying every moment. Even his pain at Shion's thorns. Oh, that guy's just creepy.
Let's just hope he's keeping his perverted tendencies in check.
What? Law? Don't say things like that.
It's not like we weren't all thinking it.
That's still no reason to...
All right, you two. Now that's enough already. Alphen shouldn't have to grit his teeth while he listens to you.
Oh.
Sorry.
I swear I've seen that castle somewhere before. Right. I remember seeing it from the cliffs in Calaglia, across the sea.
You mean Volron's castle?
Yeah, that must have been it.
Geographically, it would make sense. It's most certainly large enough to be seen from afar.
Back then, I had Shion and Zephyr with me.
Well, we haven't lost Shion. We can still get her back, you know.
That's right. I won't let Volron take her away from us.
Thanks for waiting. Eat as much as you like.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
Sorry for rambling on so much about my past earlier.
Don't sweat it. It was fun hearing you reminisce about the good old days.
Come on, you don't have to pretend with me. I know I can tend to go on sometimes, when it comes to my brother.
You said it, not me. Anyway, I don't think it's something for you to be embarrassed about.
Hey, Alphen. When you were a kid, was there ever a time when you had to bury someone younger than you?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm guessing that you have, though.
Yeah. During the previous crown contest, with the Lord before Dohalim. Life back then was truly hell. I think that's why I tried to ignore what Miguel was telling me for so long. Because I was afraid of going back to such a dark time. Of losing hope. I wanted to believe in our paradise so much that I doubted the one person I should have trusted most. I don't blame blame Dohalim for that. I simply didn't want to face facts. And I ended up trying to project my ideals onto everyone else.
It's strange. Whenever you and Dohalim talk about Menancia, it's always like it's some big failure. We're talking about fixing 300 years worth of damage here. Isn't it a bit optimistic to think it was all going to be resolved after only 5?
You might be right. Maybe it was a mistake when Menancia... No. When I decided to stop seeing the darkness in our society. I have to admit the truth. To myself, first of all. I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Rise and shine. We're almost ready to leave.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Hey! Are you insane? What the hell were you thinking? I thought we were gonna die!
One simply needs to be bold and act with conviction in times such as these.
Did you know it was gonna be safe before you jumped? Because I sure didn't.
More or less. I figured there would likely be a basin here akin to most such waterfalls.
Don't just make people jump off cliffs on a hunch!
Are we ever gonna finish climbing this ladder?
We're climbing a considerable height. It's only natural that it will take some time.
That's not the problem here!
We are getting closer to the top, aren't we?
You've just got to keep your spirits up, Rinwell. Positive thinking is everything.
You picked the wrong fight!
Confiscated! Our expert coming through!
Elusive Crush! Igneous!
Take this!
Make it right now! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! And
My turn!
Let's keep up the
Dragon
pace!
Swarm! Be still!
Tiger Blade!
Stunner!
Elusive Deity!
take this!
Luna Rondo!
Excellent technique.
How are your weapons working?
That's not the beginning. All yours, Kisara.
Well, looky here!
I'll do my best!
I'll smash you!
You're finished!
Piercing roll!
Dragon Swarm! It's time!
Don't mind if I do!
Now I'm in the groove!
This one's mine!
Bloody hard!
Eat dirt!
Rip and do it! More! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off! Damn it!
Shattering the mazes! Attack time! Air pressure! Eat this!
Rending you up! You're mine!
Slash!
Look sharp!
Bloody holiday!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
You've collected an awful lot of those objects. You sure it's not just junk?
Hush. Be quiet for a moment. The pieces speak to me.
What?
These relics that have scattered about. I can hear them whispering, longing to reunite with their lost friends and become one again.
Really? Do you hear any voices coming from them, Rinwell?
What? No! Don't get me wrong. I'm really interested in these things too, but I'm not crazy.
But don't you sometimes mutter stuff like, "Come to me, astral energy," when you cast your arts?
You're right. Oh my gosh. Are Dohalim and I actually alike?
Its charm really shines through now that it's been reassembled. Its streamlined shape, its geometric patterns. This is no mere amateur's work.
He's in his own little world at this point.
You get just like him when it comes to weapons, you know.
You're right. Oh my gosh. Am I just like Dohalim?
Huh? Why are you guys so quiet all of a sudden?
I sense a strange power from this.
We finally made it.
Okay.
Okay. Yes!
What?
Really? Dohalim. Dohalim, I'm going to look into some seasonal fishing spots.
By all means.
Leave the preparations to me as well. I'll bring the rods. Would you prefer your fish served grilled or raw?
I'll, trust your judgment, Kisara.
I don't want Shion to get mad at us for dragging our feet.
Alphen?
She's the one that's kept us on track. Picked me up when I was down.
Sure.
I just thought she'd always be there.
No backing down!
Take this!
It's
over!
denied!
Dragon Swarm!
In a bind?
Slash! Dragon!
These ones can run rings around us!
Dragon Swarm!
On your knees!
Crescent
Swallow
Moon!
Blade!
Arc Steel!
Take this! It's over!
Naked Ray!
My turn! Eat dirt!
First!
Take this!
Igneous!
Elusive Blade!
Hurricane! Do it! Dohalim!
All yours, Kisara!
We did it!
I never had a doubt. Coming through!
They got me flanked!
Dragon Swarm! Castle! You're mine!
Watch it!
Stardust!
This one resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! On your Now you see what I can do! Split it open!
Be my guest!
I'll tear you apart! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm gone! Now I'm in the groove!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! Step back! This one's all law!
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Dance on the wind!
Dragon
Now you
Swarm!
see what I can do!
Tiger Blade!
This one's all mine!
Lion Howl!
Ground and tear you apart! I'm on a roll!
Do it! Dohalim!
All yours, Kisara.
We did it!
Magnificently done.
Dohalim!
Hey! Blow them away!
We're in good form!
Seriously? Is this a joke?
You picked the wrong fight!
Far enough!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Take it!
I'll smash you!
I'm gone! Igneous! Take this!
Elusive
Naked Blade!
Hurricane!
In an instant! Impact Claw! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
An astral
That's my
no
cue!
further!
Glad you have your use
This one's mine!
I'll show you how useful I can
Make it
be!
rain!
All yours, Kisara.
My turn!
Shine.
Get behind me!
I'll stand here I come!
Regenerate.
Dragon
In
Form!
here!
It's
Make it
time!
rain!
Frozen?
Hammer!
This could be useful. No choice. It's go time! I'll smash you! You're mine! You pick the...
Ready!
This one's mine!
Dragon Form!
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Eternal Devastation!
This one's mine!
Try harder! My turn! I'm not done!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Take this!
Yeah, and pummeling to me!
Here I come! Swallow Blade!
Captivity!
I'm on! You're finished! Eternal Devastation!
Big shot!
Here I come! You're
Ground
finished!
and pound! Whirling snap!
Here I come!
In here!
Dragon
Get
Form!
Hitting pile driver! Hurricane! Eagle Ray!
Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
Whirling snap!
Here I come! Swallow Blade!
I'll run you through!
Dragon Swarm!
Watch this!
Here I come!
I'm ready! Spinwell!
Frozen?
Hammer!
This calls for a celebratory drink.
sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
This one will be difficult to predict.
Can't get out of this!
Talon Hurricane!
Take it! No escape! Dragon Swarm!
I'll blind you with armor won't save you! Flaming Meteor!
You picked the wrong
Right,
character!
make it rain!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw! We work well together.
Like a
I'm not
finely
done.
timed waltz.
Dragon down!
I've been doing really great lately.
We've got all the ingredients for that recipe now!
Great. I'll let you cook then.
Wait,
Let's see what you've got.
First strike!
here's the Talon Hurricane!
Dragon Swarm!
Bloody
Let it
hell!
down!
Take
Take it!
Nothing gets by
It's
me!
over.
Eagle Assault! Denied! I'm
Negative start!
Rhythm 10!
Dragon Swarm!
No armor tank stop me! Do it!
Remind me to stay on your
Very
good
well!
side.
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
The enemy wields off too.
We'll soon see about that.
Piercing Nail!
Take this! Swallow Blade!
Talon
I'm
Hurricane!
ready! Mine! Lock! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
I'm ready for the next battle.
Out of my way!
No further!
Look
It's
sharp!
over!
Talon Hurricane!
You picked the wrong
Eagle
fight!
Fly!
This one's mine!
Take this!
I'll finish you
Dragon
right now!
Swarm!
Elusive enemy!
You're
Dust to
finished!
dust! All good things
I'll
come
stop
to an
its
end.
charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
Hold nothing back!
Heal!
Okay, here I go.
Here goes!
I'll tear you apart!
Flash! Seismic Rollerblade!
Dragon
Swarm!
Swarm!
Make it rain! Javelin!
All yours, Kisara.
We did it!
Magnificently done.
Talon Sword! Here goes
Lightning
your
Thrust!
Startup! Nice while
Lunar
it
Rocket!
was.
Nothing gets by me!
Eat this!
Denied!
And you're done! Elusive deity!
Dragon Swarm!
Rotating
I'm
strike!
ready! Launch! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Now! Here I come! Swallow Blade!
Talon Hurricane! Shield and make! Heal!
Crush!
Make it rain!
It's long! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I'm even stronger than before. In a bind?
No escape! Dragon Swarm! This one's all mine!
Frickin' does it!
Strike! Luna Rondo! Take this! Swallow Blade! This one keeps charging us!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Take this!
Have you ever considered a defensive approach?
What? Sit around and wait for them to get me first?
Just watch you don't get hurt. Don't get careless. Seriously? Is this a joke?
Through armor! You're mine!
Time to shine!
Eat dirt! First strike! Take this! Glimmer Dragon! Here I come!
Now I'm ready! Go in! Hey!
Blow them away!
How's that?
Not a
I can
chance!
handle it.
Dragon Swarm! Be still!
Denied!
Cut! You're finished! Start up!
Make it rain!
Move on! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
This could be useful.
Coming through!
Here I come! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
I'm on! Flaming meteor! I'll run you through! Take
You're mine!
I'll smash you!
Here I come!
In a bind?
Slash! Dragon Swarm! First strike! Eternal Devastation!
I'm ready!
You're finished!
Frozen?
Hammer!
Not a chance! Damn it! Too fast!
Stand back! I'll trip it up.
Eat dirt! Slash! Dragon Swarm!
Going in!
I'm ready! More! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! Step back! This one's all law!
Gotta break through! Here I come! Swallow Blade!
I've got
Dragon Swarm!
Splash!
Be still!
going in.
They smite with
You're
Dragon
mine!
Blade! Glimmer Dragon! I'm just getting ready to go!
Slash!
Make it rain! Their defense!
Please, enemy. Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be!
Denied! All mine! Dragon Scout! Dragon Swarm! I'm ready! Dazzle!
All yours, Kisara!
We did it!
My turn!
Magnificently done!
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Not a chance! I'm ready! Station!
Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Wanna be the one to block next time?
Huh? Not really my thing.
There's something in the water.
Wouldn't it be easier to simply use astral arts to catch the fish and be done with it?
That misses the whole point of going out to fish. Where should I cast my line?
You picked the wrong fight!
Here goes! Talon Hurricane!
Dragon Swarm!
Eagle Eye! Time to shine!
Crush! Dragon Swarm!
Do it!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Like a
fine time
Dance! Dragon Swarm!
Get behind me!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And probably to me!
Blade!
Execution! I'm on it! Let's do it! Whirlwind Dash!
All yours, Kisara.
My turn!
Dust to
This
dust!
one's all mine! Here I come! Swallow Blade!
Ground and pound! Far enough! I'll finish you here and
You're
now!
mine! I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block! Our weapons are the sword and...
Fist and...
Staff.
And you ruined it.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
How long has it been since I last went this hungry? In the water's edge, I see but for a moment one Ganeth Harrows.
I hate to break it. To you, man, but what you're saying isn't deep at all.
You're mine! You're finished! You picked the wrong fight!
I'm on it! Go in! Talon Hurricane! Tiger Blade! Lion, you want to see this coming?
Dragon Swarm! Slash! Dragon Swarm! I'm ready! Lightning Thrust!
Yohalim!
All yours, Kisara.
We did it!
Magnificently done.
This one's mine! Going in!
Rending you apart.
Going in!
Bloody hell.
Here! Let me help!
I'll grind you into dust.
I'm ready!
Yohalim!
Blow them away! This one's all mine!
Hurricane Strike!
Dragon Swarm!
Going in!
Dazzle! Take this! It's over!
Do it!
Lunar Rondo!
Left. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis! Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
I'd like to check their wares if you don't mind.
Gosh, the castle's even larger once you get close to it.
What's that shining thing up top? A spirit vessel? It feels creepy, like it's watching over everything.
You think he knows we're here?
We'd best assume as much, yes.
What we have to do is simple. Just beat Volrun and rescue Shion. That's it.
Try not to work yourself up too much. We have a lot of city and castle yet to traverse.
I'll see you again tomorrow. All right, guys. Ready to go?